Welcome back to this Let's Play of the original official campaign for Neverwinter Nights 2. Last time we made our way to, well, not quite the final boss, but the warm-up round, which is Black Garius, again. And, there's a long conversation here, so we'll just get on with it. And he, essentially he's threatening us, and, well, we kind of have him outnumbered.
Your companions, for them I am prepared to offer mercy. You led them, you ordered them. I spoke at some length with your friend Nishka here, and with others you have traveled with. You have already felt the fractures growing within your tiny group, whether it be because of the paths to power, a slip of the tongue that shows the chink in the armor, or perhaps from those who can think for themselves and recognize the true enemy here.
Bishop, my debt to you is over, Knight Captain. Don't think this has anything to do with you. It doesn't. But your uncle, he poisoned everything right from the start. You I respect, but old Duncan, he just can't leave well enough alone sometimes.
And this is just a completely pointless conversation, which can essentially be summed up as, I could tell you, but then I'd have to kill you. So I'm going to tell you, so that I can kill you.
Oh, go on, Bishop. We have time. Our Lord will be here soon, and then none of this matters.
You see, Duncan, he saved my life once. Found me outside my burning village. Nothing but dead Luskan all around. Thing is, I was the one who burned that place to the ground, and I didn't want any witnesses. Then Duncan comes along, right when I was wounded, barely holding on, and I can't do anything to silence him. That's it, really. Nothing complicated. Just settling debts that never should have been made. It was part of an initiation ceremony into a Luskan assassination squad, like old Lorne once was. It's something they order all new recruits to do, whether they want to or not, and I don't care for that too much. You see, they order you to slaughter a Neverwinter village as part of the initiation ceremony. I decided to take care of two problems at once, and I chose my own.
Alright, the first option here is, that makes no sense. And if you try and look at Bishop's logic here, it's completely schizophrenic. It does not make any sense whatsoever. He doesn't want to kill them, but he does want to kill them, but he does want to kill them. And at least we get a little background on sort of why Ember happened, but, well, it still makes no sense.
You see, for every West Harbor that gives rise to someone like you, someone great, there's 100 of me that end up going down the other path. And my village, not worth talking about. It doesn't even deserve to survive. So when they ordered me to destroy a village of my choosing, I saw a chance to kill the Luskans and kill that place that helped make me the fine, upstanding man you see before you. All as a fortunate accident. I was going to burn the village to try and kill the Luskans who were watching over me. There was a trap. But those villagers, those fools, they wouldn't leave when I told them, so they died too. I set a bunch of fires around the perimeter, let it all come circling in, and they all burned like sheep trapped in a corral. I told them to leave, to run, but they wouldn't leave their houses, especially when I told them. So they deserved to die, right along with the Luskans watching me. I took a few arrows, had some wounds, and to be honest, wasn't sure I was going to get out of there at all. I was too weak to fight back, but it didn't matter, because for the first time, I felt all these chains come off of me. I felt free at last, but then Duncan came along, right at the end, tying me to that place, tying me to Luskan, tying me to the past. He saved my life. Then he said I owed him in that stupid joking voice of his, but I knew what he meant. He was blackmailing me with what he knew. Then he called his debt due, and that debt was to help you, and I had to do it. Else he would have told everyone that I was at that village, and then the Luskans would have come looking for me. I don't like obligations like that, or obligations like you.
Alright, and the entire point of this conversation is that if you have enough influence with Bishop, and I think you also have to have higher influence with Bishop than you do with Cassavir, you can have him turn on you but not actually fight you.
After this, I'm free and clear. After the King of Shadows rolls across the coast, none of this is going to matter.
Come now, Bishop, let us be on with this. Our master awaits.
And you can play on his whole refusal to follow any orders by, telling him he's just following orders.
You watch it. I'm not anyone's lackey. Not any...
I think we've heard enough from this Knight of Neverwinter. And from you, Ranger. Now be silent.
Is that so? Well, in that case, you can handle the Shard Bearer on your own. After all, you really don't need me, do you? I think it might be best if you stopped having people stand between you and the Knight Captain here. Torio, Lorne, your Reaver friends. I'm not going to fight your battles.
You will die here if you leave, Bishop. I will come for you when I am done here.
Garius, you're going to die if you stay.
You were never a true leader, even with the ritual and the sword of Gith at your side. Do you think all your companions who follow you would follow you to death? I think not.
Know that the choice is a simple one, Garius. If you fight us all.
Ah, of course. But let us ask each in turn, and we shall see the truth of it. And dear Nishka, let us start with her. Just to drive the blade home.
What? Nishka?
I tortured her, it is true. But cutting open your fiendling ally revealed some interesting truths beneath the skin. Wherever she goes, demons dog her footsteps and lie in her path. Zaxis, Maphasm, and I think it is more than coincidence. Lower planes blood draws lower plane blood, and the stronger the ties, the stronger the pull. Your half-demon companion has just the right touch of demon blood in her veins to make some ancient Ilfan binding spells take root. Provided you shed enough of the owner's blood on the stones of this fortress, of course. She must have a most unusual heritage for her blood, even as thinned as it is, to carry such power. And once she ran out of screams, she learned to obey. Didn't you, my dear?
You'll see the hells soon enough, Garius. I promise you.
Don't struggle over much against the binding tiefling. Save your energy for the battle to come. And really, I think the execution of this irritating knight captain is a small price for your freedom. The alternative is much worse, I assure you.
I am so sorry. But I have to do it. It's like the weight of this whole fortress is pushing down on me. All of Ilfarn all at once.
Okay. Now, this doesn't make a whole lot of sense because she's magically bound. There's not a lot of will involved with this, but I guess you can use your influence with her to boost your will save or something.
Come on, fiendling.
I can't do this. I won't do this. By the hells, I'm not gonna turn on the one person who showed me kindness. And if it costs my life, so be it.
You will pay the price for your disobedience shortly. But there are others who even now question their loyalty. Sand, I know you studied at the Hoss Tower, and what relics you saw there are nothing compared to the ones that lie here. The secrets of ancient Ilfan, the power you seek is here. And I can allow you to rectify certain inequities.
Yes, well, as tempting as the offer to become one of the many Shadow Reavers we have already slain is, I shall pass. Not much future, you see, for you or them. Besides, the little girl here, she needs minding, else bad things could happen to us all, and I will not allow that to happen.
Ah, and then comes the matter of restraint. I can feel your indignation, Quara. Your power rolls off as your anger grows. as those weaker than you claim to understand you, when all they want to do is drag you down. The power you have. Imagine if it was increased threefold, tenfold, 100-fold, without limit, without restraint. All the chiding and lessons and lies of the Academy and your father would be nothing against such power. I mean, truly. What more is there to learn from the people of Neverwinter? Not much, I think. Their time on this plane is done. And have your companions offered you any insights? Or simply more hostility? It sounds to me as if they are simply another academy of narrow-minded fools one needs to separate yourself from. Carve your own path, my dear, and I will show you the way.
Even if Sand wasn't against you, I'd stand with you. I'm tired of him and all the rest telling me what to do and how, when. I'm the one with the power, not them.
And this is what I feared all along. The girl has become a child, and now, Kara, you are our enemy.
And Amanjero. History can be rewritten this hour. Your allegiances need not remain. There is so much pain that can be undone by my lord. All those wasted decades. They need not have been in vain. The contracts with the infernal legions that bind you with enough power, those are easily broken. As for the Githyanki, we can take the battle to them as well. You need never fear either group again. And your dear Chandra, she need not remain dead. We can return her to you, and her life that you missed. You can come to know her again.
You could promise all that and more, Garius, but for all your empty promises, I have seen the one I follow accomplish so much more. And Garius, for mentioning Chandra to me, I shall enjoy watching you die.
Huh. Well now, it was worth a try. Forgive me. Just a small precaution to shield the portal from the bloodshed to come. After all, the King of Shadows is almost here. Too bad you won't be alive to witness it.
Alright. Now, I intentionally didn't buff Quara up, and she has 100-something hit points, which she should actually be susceptible to Power Word Kill. So I'm gonna just throw that scroll right now, just for the fun of it. Now, the way this fight works, only the first, I believe, 2 characters that make their way sort of past the shield actually get to do anything. So everybody else just has to cast spells across or something. And it didn't work. I don't understand the power words. I mean, they just seem to not work at all. Oh, I guess I'm still casting it. Not. Apparently I'm not in range. Let's see if that's close enough there. Alright, well it worked, finally did work there. Not exactly what I would call... that was mostly just me having problems with range. Still not a great spell as they go. Since I can't actually get to Black Garius, I'm just going to pummel him with Missile Storms. And we have a couple of those Sand Scroll as well. Just got him. Oh, Kelgar is the one's actually. You don't actually have to read his true name.
Why did they choose to side with him? It makes no sense.
But they were our friends. And now we've lost them. Like we lost Chandra. What made them do that?
Know that shadows offer many temptations, but the end result is empty, as was their deaths.
It looks like the portal's opening, no matter what we do, but I swear I'm going to go out fighting! We haven't traveled all this way to give up now. There must be something we can do, something to stop the King of Shadows. If there's anything you need from the bodies of our former allies, take it. We'll need everything we can to survive this.
It's actually not that hard, but anyway, the problems with plural agreement, the inconsistent pronunciation, some of the voice acting stuff just wasn't well managed. The voice actors may be fine, but if you don't actually coordinate pronunciations, you get, Kara and Quara, and there's more of that in the ending, where it's just like, did you actually listen to what anybody else said in the game? Anyway, next time will be the actual final boss, and we'll see what there is to do. There's one spell I haven't actually cast. I tried to cast it earlier, Shadow Simulacrum, and, well, if I miss, it requires a touch attack, and if I miss again, I'm still going to count myself as having cast it, but it's sort of annoying. Anyway, next time, the end.